Hello, my name is Catherine Staples and I am the Regional Training and Implementation Manager for Oxford University Press. This video will give you an overview of more of the law resources that Oxford University Press offers and which you do not currently subscribe to. This session will cover the following resources: Oxford Research Encyclopedias, Oxford Biblioteche Online, Oxford Public International Law, Oxford Constitutional Law, Oxford Competition Law, Oxford Legal Research Library, and Oxford University Press Law Citer. I'm going to start the demonstration with Oxford Research Encyclopedias. Oxford Research Encyclopedias was launched in 2013, offering long-form overview articles written and peer-reviewed by leading scholars. It was created in response to academics' need for current research summaries in a digital format, which could be read in half an hour, 30 minutes or less. Apart from Oxford's Classical Dictionary and the Encyclopedia of Social Work, all the articles have been written specifically for publishing in a digital, online format. There are currently 25 disciplines now covered, offering articles in foundational and developing topics in disciplines across the humanities, social sciences and sciences. The Oxford Research Encyclopedias continue to grow and expand as new and updated articles are published online on a monthly basis. Criminology and criminal justice would be the most appropriate discipline for you to investigate. The field of criminology helps us to try to understand why people do bad things and how we can stop them from doing it to improve the world around us. Here is the homepage for criminology and criminal justice. Click on Browse All Articles. Displays 286 articles spanning a wide variety of topics. These are shown in an A to Z list, but you can change this to an alphabetical list of authors or by publication date. Let's choose the article, A Review of the Validity of Juvenile Risk Assessment Across Race and Ethnicity. You can see the bibliographic information about the article at the top of the page. Above this, the option for printing the article, saving the article to your free personal profile on the ORE site up here, obtaining the citation details, or emailing this or sharing it via social media. Underneath the header, there is the option to download the article as a PDF before you are taken to a summary and hyperlinked keywords. Hyperlinking the keywords makes it easy for you to click on one and search for that word across ORE. On the left-hand side, you can see the contents list, so you can jump to the part of the article which is of most interest to you. Underneath the contents list is a suggested list of related articles, which allows you to develop your thinking by seamlessly following from the one original article into another. Throughout the article, references are hyperlinked in orange font, and clicking on the hyperlink takes you to the reference at the bottom of the page. Clicking on the plus symbol under a reference enables you to link to the full text in your library if you have it, or see the reference in Google Preview or WorldCat. Another way of searching would be to browse by subject and choose the subject in criminology and criminal justice of which you are interested. And here, Women, Crime and Justice show you 16 articles. Now let's look at Oxford Bibliographies. Oxford Bibliographies are now celebrating their 10th anniversary, having launched online in 2010. Its aim was to provide expert recommendations on the best works available in each discipline, whether that be an article, chapter, book, archive, web resource or dataset. Each research guide combines the best features of an annotated bibliography with a high-level encyclopedia. A Google search on a specific topic could return thousands of results, but with Oxford bibliographies you can be assured that you are getting the very best selection of sources for an individual topic. To ensure objectivity, each bibliography is vetted by an editorial team and peer reviewers. Oxford Bibliographies is a rapidly expanding range of subject areas and is constantly updated. Each discipline has 50 to 70 articles added annually. No new discipline is added until there are at least 50 bibliographies readily available. There are currently over 7,000 articles in over 30 different subject areas. There is also an increasing amount of multimedia content such as videos, maps and infographics. There are two bibliographies which you may wish to consider: international law and criminology. This is the International Law homepage. Due to the amount of diplomacy that is apparent within the field of international law, plus the overload of information that is available, Oxford Bibliography aims to guide academics and students through this to reliable and trustworthy sources of information. On the law subject page, you can see a list of subject areas within international law and the articles that are available. Subjects include human rights, international criminal law, international environmental law, international humanitarian law, territory and sea law. Alternatively, you can go back to the top and browse by subject. This shows you an A to Z list of bibliographies by title. If you select the bibliography called Balance of Power, I can show you what a bibliography looks like. The contents is listed in the column on the left, and underneath this you can see other related articles and forthcoming articles. Scrolling down the article itself, after a broad introduction, you can start to see the works that are recommended. Note that you're easily able to save the citation to your personal profile in Oxford Bibliographies. You can also export the citation to your reference management software, or you may email the citation. Additionally, clicking on the plus symbol gives you the options for finding the source in your library catalogue, in Google Preview or in WorldCat. The other subject area of interest is criminology, and these are an online guide to the essential literature across the various subject areas of criminology, such as courts and sentencing, crime prevention, criminal behaviour, and race, gender, ethnicity and crime. Next, let's have a look at Oxford Public International Law. Oxford Public International Law, or OPIL, is a comprehensive single location providing integration across 5 international law services. It includes over 34,000 case reports, book chapters, encyclopedia entries, treaties, resolutions and declarations. The 5 law services included are the Max Planck Encyclopedias of International Law. This is something that you already have access to. The Oxford Historic Treaties. This is a comprehensive collection of treaties of all nations from 1648 to 1919 and includes full text access to the Consolidated Treaty Series. Oxford International Organisations is a database of annotated documents pertaining to the law of international organisations. Oxford Reports on International Law provides case reports from international courts domestic courts and ad hoc tribunals. Each report contains the full text of each decision, headnote, analytical commentary, and English translations of key non-English decisions. And finally, Oxford Scholarly Authorities on International Law, or OSAIL, contains authoritative treatises, black letter reference works and commentaries to help you answer practical questions about the law, classic yet still influential works on international law, and new publications which provide innovative perspectives on current legal problems. Using OPIL enables you to search across all of these resources at once to find the answer to what you are looking for. You can also search by content type, by subject, by author, by geographical region, or by organisation. The sophisticated platform allows you to either refine your search from the start or by narrowing your choices as you progress with a search. For example, selecting Browse All brings up every article in OPIL. Next, I could select Subject, Law of the Sea, and then I could select European court cases in the content type. Clicking on the hyperlink to an article takes me directly into it. Then I can not only see the court information, but a hyperlinked list of instruments cited in the case, which I can click on and view. One of the other options is to search by geographic region. I might decide to select Europe, and once I pull up all the results, I can click on the plus symbol to narrow this down to Italy. The next product is Oxford Constitutional Law. Oxford Constitutional Law, or Oxcon, is the home of Oxford University Press's constitutional law services. It contains 3 products which can be searched separately or together. These are Oxford Constitutions of the World, US Constitutional Law, and Max Planck's Encyclopedia of Comparative Constitutional Law. Oxford Constitutions of the World contains English translations of all the world's constitutions and additional supplementary documents such as historical versions of constitutions, amendment laws or acts, and jurisdictional commentaries. US Constitutional Law provides comprehensive information on the law, politics and history of constitutionalism in the United States of America at both national and federal level. And Max Planck's Encyclopedia of Comparative Constitutional Law contains analytical articles on the essence, character, development and history of global constitutional law. You can search the Oxcon site by individual collections, or across the whole site by browsing all and then narrowing your search. We could choose to narrow by subject and select politics and government. And note that once we're into the search, clicking on the plus symbol brings up narrower searches. If we select the first article on absolutism, you can see what a typical article looks like. The contents page is in the left-hand column. Clicking on the plus symbols enable you to go further into each section. Going back to the home page, you can also browse by geographic region, which you can narrow further once you've selected the broader continent, jurisdiction, either searching alphabetically by country or by territory, content type, US state, or subject. You can also search across all the resource by entering keywords in the search box at the top right hand side. For example, censorship. Oxford Competition Law is the only fully integrated service to combine world-renowned market-leading commentaries with selected peer-reviewed national case reports and analysis from EU member states. The reports are carefully selected by an expert team for their significance for competition practitioners across Europe, and they enable practitioners to build the experience of foreign courts into their own case preparations. New case reports are added regularly, with approximately 100 cases added per year. The site also contains enhanced online versions of Bellamy and Child, the European Union of Law of Competition, Fall and Nick Pay on the EU Law of Competition, and Wish and Bailey on competition law. It also contains EU source material cited in commentaries or case reports with links to the original source. You can search the platform by browsing across its entirety or by selecting information based upon content type, subject, or by one of the 3 specific books. If we choose to search by subject and select intellectual property rights, we are presented with 103 results. You can narrow your search by options on the left-hand side of the screen, which include the option to narrow your search by a more specific intellectual property rights subject. If we look at the top article, Abuse of Dominance and Intellectual Property in China, this allows you to see how a typical article is presented. References are listed throughout the article using the star image, and the links take you into Oxford Law Citer, which I will explain shortly. Selecting one of the books shows you all 36 results of the book in alphabetical order. Oxford Legal Research Library is another law-specific site from OUP which contains 4 collections grouped by subject. International Commercial Law contains information about international business law, including law of sale, law of contract and agency, insurance, shipping and carriage of goods. International Commercial Arbitration contains key texts which cover key arbitral bodies and jurisdictions, including consent, annulment and calculation of damages. Financial and banking law includes over 40 books covering international financial practice such as banking, bank resolution, risk, capital markets, financial regulation, financial disputes, Islamic finance and project finance. Private international law contains information on topics such as child abduction, collective redress, family law, law for corporations, and property law. Each collection can be browsed separately, or you can search across all 4 collections at once. You can search for lines of argument for a case or interpretation by leading names in the field, or by keyword using the search box at the top on the right-hand side. Selecting Browse All allows you to narrow by product, by book title, by subject, by author or by date. For example, we could choose private international law and choose child abduction. We could narrow this further. Choosing the article Children and Parental Responsibility, you can see how a typical article looks. As usual, the contents list is on the left-hand side and references link to Oxford Law Citer. Other search options include searching by subject or searching by author from A to Z. Finally, Oxford Law Citer. This tool enables researchers to access resources both within the OUP law collections and freely available on the internet. It's provided to institutions following the subscription to an OUP online law service. You can use it to find the definitive citation for a specific piece of legal information, as well as finding other cases or legislation or treaties which mention or discuss a specific topic. You can also find commentaries about cases which cite each other, related stages in a set of proceedings, and content in the same subject area. For example, searching for child abduction, you are given 157 results. These can then be narrowed down by content type, by jurisdictions, by products, by public international law subjects, by international commercial law subjects, by private international law subjects, or by date. If we click on Look for more information, we can see the bibliographic details, and selecting more information, we can see a select bibliography of a further 23 linked articles. I hope you found this short demonstration of the Oxford University Press Law Resources useful. If you would like to find out more about any of the products and want to find out what purchasing or subscription options are available, please do contact your librarian. Thank you for your time.